Welcome, deep divers. It's kind of unavoidable, isn't it? Pain. At some point, every single one of us bumps up against it.
Mm-hmm. It's universal.
Totally. And it shows up in so many ways. Could be, actual physical pain, like an injury, or maybe it's more like an emotional ache that just lingers.
Or setbacks, loss.
It's a long list.
Right. So the real question, the one we really wrestle with, isn't if it's coming, but well, what do we do when it gets here?
Yeah, how do we handle it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here's a thought I want to kick us off with.
Yeah.
What if everything we kind of think we know about pain is, well, maybe not wrong, but incomplete?
Okay, interesting.
What if these things we naturally dread, these challenges, this discomfort we instinctively try to push away, what if they're actually gifts, like gifts in disguise?
Gifts carrying potential power.
Yeah, holding the key to unlocking some kind of deeper strength or wisdom we didn't even know we had. So that's what we're diving into today. We're looking at the profound wisdom from the Shaolin tradition.
Ah, Shaolin. For anyone maybe not super familiar, it's this ancient practice, right? Rooted in Buddhist monastic stuff from China.
Famous for martial arts, meditations, that blend.
Exactly. Body, mind, spirit, all unified. And for centuries, these masters, they've taught something really radical about pain. They don't see it as an enemy you gotta beat.
Not something to conquer.
No. Instead, it's like a teacher.
Yeah.
A guide almost. And it carries this incredible, almost alchemical power to wake up strength inside us. Resolve we didn't know was there.
Hidden strength.
Yeah. So in this deep dive, we're going to explore, I think it's 6 Shaolin-inspired practices, ideas passed down forever that offer a totally different way to think about transforming pain into real power, genuine, resilient power.
And what's really striking, I think, is how different this ancient wisdom feels compared to our modern impulses.
Oh, totally.
We're just so wired culturally to chase comfort or avoid anything uncomfortable, label suffering as like the ultimate bad thing.
Get rid of it, numb it, fix it fast.
Exactly. But the Shaolin way, it directly challenges that. It offers this path that, if you really dig into it, can genuinely turn suffering into, well, resilient strength. So our mission today really is to unearth these timeless nuggets. We're calling it Shaolin wisdom, transforming pain into power.
Love that.
And just to be clear, this isn't about, glorifying suffering. It's not saying go seek out pain.
Right. Important distinction.
Definitely. It's more about recognizing pain might have an inherent purpose, understanding its role in growth,
Yeah.
and crucially, learning how we can engage with it differently, proactively, consciously, maybe even wisely.
And for you listening, think of this deep dive as your shortcut, your way to get really well informed on something that, let's face it, touches every single one of us. We're going to try and boil down centuries of insight into, surprising facts, practical strategies, things you can actually do.
Actionable steps.
Yeah. It's for anyone who wants to learn quickly but deeply, looking for those aha moments without getting buried in information.
Cutting through the noise.
Right. Ultimately, these practices, they're designed to help you face life's challenges, even the really overwhelming ones, with maybe a new kind of calm.
Finding flow even when it's tough.
Exactly. Finding flow in the struggle, discovering that quiet, solid strength that's actually already inside you, just waiting.
Untapped potential.
Yeah. Imagine navigating the hard times, not just by gritting your teeth and getting through it, but by actually growing from them. That's the potential we're looking at today. Okay, so let's start with our first instinct. When pain shows up, could be physical, like a headache, or emotional, like that pit in your stomach, or just mental overwhelm. What do?
We flinch, recoil.
Right. We want to run, fight it, numb it, anything to make it stop. We crave that immediate relief.
Comfort feels like the goal.
Exactly. But here's where the Shaolin wisdom really flips the script. It teaches that this gut reaction, this deep, maybe even unconscious resistance, it might actually be working against us.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, the idea is the harder we fight pain, the more it kind of digs in its heels. It clings to us.
Like trying to outrun your shadow.
Yeah, perfect analogy. The more you run, the more it's right there with you. It's this paradox. Our attempts to escape often end up binding us even tighter to the very thing we're trying to escape.
And that's a really critical observation, isn't it?
Right.
Because our modern world, it often equates comfort with success.
Absolutely. Pleasure is the prize.
Yeah, pleasure is marketed as the ultimate goal, and any discomfort is seen as a failure, something to be eliminated immediately, medicated away, distracted from.
Yeah, pathologized even.
Right, which creates this deep cultural bias against suffering in any form. But from the Shaolin perspective, a true warrior, and they mean warrior in the sense of self-mastery, not just fighting.
Like a warrior.
Exactly. That warrior knows the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't usually lead anywhere very meaningful, growth-wise.
Okay.
Again, not advocating for suffering, but acknowledging that pain isn't just some roadblock stopping you from getting where you want to go.
It's not just in the way.
No, it's actually part of the path itself. It is the training ground. It's the place where real growth, real resilient strength gets forged.
Wow. Okay. The training ground.
Yeah, it's the crucible where we're tested and refined, not just some inconvenient barrier to hop over.
So if fighting it, resisting it, is actually counterproductive, what's the alternative then?
Well, the first step, and this sounds simple, but it's incredibly hard to actually live. It's about embracing pain fully, consciously, without judging it, and without that automatic resistance kicking in.
Embracing it, that sounds intense.
It is. And it's not about being a masochist, not about seeking pain out. It's about a fundamental shift in perspective.
Okay.
The Shaolin masters teach that pain isn't there to be like conquered or destroyed like some external enemy.
Right.
It's there to be understood, to be absorbed into your experience, and then ultimately transformed through how you consciously engage with it.
So less like a battle, more like integration.
Precisely. Integration, understanding, transforming, not fighting.
Okay, let's try and make that more concrete. Maybe a visualization.
Yeah, good idea.
Imagine you're standing at the bottom of this huge mountain. Peaks way up in the clouds, looks impossible.
Daunting.
Totally. And every step you take up this steep path, your legs start to ache, you're getting out of breath. Maybe there's this cold wind biting at you.
Okay, feeling it.
Now, instead of turning back, instead of getting angry or despairing about the pain and the effort, imagine you just whisper to yourself, like, really mean it. This is my training ground. This discomfort is exactly what I need right now to grow. In that single moment, that shift in acceptance, something changes inside, right?
Yeah, the feeling shifts.
Doubt turns into just being present, aware of each step, each breath. And the pain itself, that physical ache, it stops being just a burden and becomes part of your practice, a conscious engagement with your limits.
Okay, pain becomes practice.
Yeah, and that practice, done consistently with intention, that becomes your power. It shows you where you thought your limits were. And then, maybe more importantly, it shows you how far you can actually go beyond them. Not by forcing, but through mindful endurance.
This really pushes us to look inward, doesn't it? And a crucial point that comes up here in Shaolin teaching is that most of our suffering doesn't actually come from the pain itself.
Really? Where does it come from then?
It comes from our resistance to it. It's that internal voice, that commentary track.
The "this shouldn't be happening" voice.
Exactly. This shouldn't be happening. It's unfair. I can't handle this. That resistance, that fighting against what is, that's the extra weight. It's unnecessary baggage we pile on top of the actual challenge.
Like trying to swim upstream when you could just float.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're fighting the current instead of learning to work with it. So it really makes you ask, right, are we making things harder for ourselves by fighting reality instead of just accepting its presence as maybe a temporary force for change?
Yeah.
And when you consciously choose to shift that perspective, when you start to accept pain not as some mistake or anomaly, but as just part of the deal, part of the journey, you suddenly let go of that self-imposed weight of resistance. And in doing that, you start to unlock this quiet strength that was always there, just kind of buried.
He was there all along.
Waiting to be accessed,
Yeah.
You begin to realize maybe pain wasn't actually there to break you. Maybe its purpose in this view was to build you, to forge you into someone more resilient, more capable, more alive.
Wow. Build you, not break you.
Right. There's a contemporary Shaolin master, Shi Hang Yi, who talks about this beautifully. He emphasizes that we can endure far more than we usually believe. He says pain has a purpose. It wakes something up in us that comfort just can't. Comfort keeps us asleep, in a way.
Okay, that makes sense.
So the next time something feels overwhelming, the invitation is simple but profound. Pause. Take a conscious breath. And just remind yourself, this is part of my journey too. This is training.
That shift is huge, isn't it? From fighting it to seeing it as training. And when you meet an obstacle like that, head on, stop trying to run from it. You can find this weird kind of flow inside the struggle.
Flow within the struggle.
Yeah. You start to become like water, you know? Soft, adaptable, but ultimately unstoppable.
Water finds the way.
Exactly. It doesn't just smash against a rock. It flows around it, finds the path through the obstacle, always moving forward. And that connects to what you mentioned earlier, right? The middle path.
Yes, the middle path, a core concept. It's about balance.
How so?
It means not being too rigid, too tense, but also not too loose or collapsing. Not forcing, but not fleeing either.
Okay.
It's finding that balance point, not collapsing under the pain, but also not hardening yourself completely against it. It's about standing rooted in the present moment, fully engaged, but flexible, firm yet adaptable.
Okay.
And this kind of engagement, it really deepens our self-inquiry. Because when pain shows up, it's not just a random bad event anymore.
It's more than just sensation.
From the Shaolin view, yeah. It's like an invitation. A call to meet yourself more deeply, to have a real conversation with your inner world. It's a chance to ask those really crucial questions. What am I really resisting here? What old stuff, beliefs, attachments am I maybe afraid to let go of? What part of me is actually ready to grow through this?
Those are powerful questions.
They move you out of just being a passive victim and into being an active participant in your own life, your own journey. By taking that middle path, asking those questions, you're not stuck in the past, not paralyzed by the future.
You're just here, now.
Exactly, fully here now. And in that presence, you find this strength that's more than just physical. It's a quiet knowing, I can handle this, I can adapt, I can grow. It really is a radical reframing of suffering, seeing it as a catalyst for transformation.
Okay, so let's talk about what happens physically. When pain hits, bang, sudden injury, or maybe that slow creep of anxiety, our bodies react instantly, right?
Yeah, automatic response.
Your breath gets shallow, muscles tighten up, heart starts racing, mind floods with worry, fear.
The classic fight or flight. It's our ancient alarm system kicking in.
Totally. But what if? What if there was like a secret code? An override switch. Something always available to just calm that system down, change the whole experience from the inside. The Shaolin secret here is incredibly simple, but man, it's effective. Change your breath. Consciously change your breath, and you can change how you experience pain. You can change everything.
And this is really quite remarkable, isn't it? How something so basic, so automatic breathing holds such immense power for our whole being.
Why we do it all the time without thinking.
Right. But in Shaolin tradition, the breath, they call it qi, it's more than just air. It's seen as the vital link, the energetic bridge between your body and your mind.
Body-mind connector.
Exactly. It connects your outer world, the environment, sensations, challenges with your inner world, thoughts, emotions, presence. It's literally the doorway.
A doorway from what to what?
From reacting, from panic into clarity, from being swept away into being present. And the key teaching isn't about forcing the breath into some rigid pattern.
No, what then?
It's about observing it, watching its natural rhythm deeply with awareness. That awareness is the absolute key. That's where the power lies.
Observing, not forcing. That makes it sound doable, accessible.
It is. Anyone can do it.
So for you listening, you could try this right now. It starts super simple. Maybe just gently close your eyes if that feels okay, or just soften your gaze and just bring your attention to the feeling of air coming into your nostrils. Notice it filling your lungs. Maybe your belly expands a little, then feel it leave.
Just watch.
Yeah, just watch it like waves coming in and going out. Don't try to change it at first. Just observe. And if you do that patiently, curiously, you'll probably notice something kind of cool.
What's that?
Your breath starts to naturally deepen. It slows down. And as the breath calms, the stillness starts to spread through your mind too.
And to take it a step further, you can bring in some intention. Move into a more guided practice.
Okay.
Start with a slow, deliberate inhale through the nose. Let the air go deep, right down into the lower belly. Feel it expand.
Okay, belly breathing.
Yeah. Hold it just for a moment at the top. Notice that stillness. Then slowly exhale through the nose. Feel your body soften. Release tension as the air goes out.
Inhale, hold, exhale.
Repeat that rhythm. Gentle attention. And you can add a visualization too. As you inhale, imagine drawing in strength, calm, clarity. Really feel it.
Okay.
And with each exhale, consciously let go of tension, fear, doubt. Just let it dissolve with the out-breath.
In with the good, out with the bad kind of thing.
In a way, yeah, but gently. And the beauty is, this needs no special equipment, no fancy location, just you and your breath. It's always there, your internal refuge.
So tying this together then, for everyone listening, When pain shows up, physical, emotional, mental overwhelm, whatever, you have this tool. You can always come back to the breath, to this anchor.
Always available.
Right. Your breath isn't just air. It's like your instant access to calm, your steady ground when things feel shaky. Because in that moment you choose awareness, pain just doesn't have the same grip, does it?
It loosens its hold.
Yeah. That fear doesn't just sweep you away. You're rooted, present, calm, ready. And in the Shaolin tradition, this conscious breathing, they see it as returning home.
Returning home.
I like that.
Yeah. When your mind's lost in pain, it's usually stuck in the past or freaking out about the future. But the breath, it's always right here, right now.
Always present.
It's the doorway back.
Hmm?
Back to stillness, clarity, and that deep inner strength.
Precisely. Think about the simplicity of, say, walking meditation in the Shaolin temple. Each step synced with the breath. Inhale, step, exhale, step.
Just a rhythm.
Very simple. But in that rhythm, there's profound strength. It's found in the simplicity, in the presence. Or picture yourself on a huge mountain during a massive storm.
Oh.
Winds howling, pressure is intense. But as you breathe slowly, deeply, intentionally, you feel rooted, grounded, unshakable.
A storm's still there, though.
The storm rages outside, absolutely, but inside you find this calm center. The breath doesn't magically stop the storm, but it gives you the inner calm, the resilience to weather it, and maybe even emerge stronger.
And this practice, it fundamentally changes your relationship with pain. It stops being this enemy you have to fight desperately.
Well, it becomes
Something to observe, something to meet with patience, curiosity, presence.
That's a huge shift, from battle to observation. So the breath teaches you to soften where you'd normally tense up, to let go where you normally cling to the story of the pain.
Exactly. You start to see pain, like the breath itself isn't permanent. It rises, it falls, it comes, it goes.
It's not who you are.
Precisely. It's an experience passing through, a sensation and emotion, not your fundamental identity. And if we zoom out, connect this to the bigger picture, the implications are pretty profound. Because training the breath, it really trains the mind.
How so?
Well, when you train the mind to be calm, focused, present, you naturally open the heart. More capacity for compassion, for understanding.
Okay.
When the heart opens, pain starts its transformation. Not necessarily vanishing, but changing into wisdom, into empathy, into a deeper strength that helps not just you, but others too. You start realizing your breath connects you not just to yourself, but to everything, to everyone who's ever felt pain. Suddenly, your suffering isn't a wall isolating you.
It's a bridge.
It becomes a bridge of shared humanity, a point of connection. So next time pain arises, try to resist that automatic urge to just run away or drown in it or push it away angrily.
Instead.
Pause, breathe, feel the air. Let each conscious breath be a reminder.
Yeah.
You're alive, you're present, you have the strength to face this. With every breath, pain loses some of its power because you reclaim your power to choose your response. Awareness over reactivity. You know, really common mistake, something we often do instinctively when we encounter pain, whether it's, say, physical stiffness or maybe that tight feeling of emotional constriction.
Yeah. What do we do?
We freeze, we get rigid, hold our breath, tense up, hoping if we just stay perfectly still, maybe it'll just disappear or pass us by.
Yeah. Like playing dead, almost.
Exactly. But that's an illusion, really. Pain isn't usually something you can just hide from. It often just lingers, sometimes gets worse, until you consciously turn toward it and engage.
Okay.
The Shaolin teaching is pretty clear on this. The only way to truly transform pain is to actively move through it, not try to dodge it.
Move through it.
Yeah, which raises a good question, doesn't it? By freezing, by trying to avoid it, are we actually letting the pain take deeper root, letting it get stuck in our bodies and minds?
Like stagnant water.
That's a perfect analogy. Think of a river that stops flowing. What happens?
It gets murky, collects debris.
Exactly. Mud, leaves, gunk. It loses its clarity.
Yeah.
And it's similar, they say, with the body and mind. When we stop moving, we get stagnant. We collect fear, worry, doubt, mental noise, and those energies get trapped.
That stagnant river image is powerful. So the Shaolin approach is keep moving, don't freeze.
Keep moving. Keep the energy, the chi flowing. But it's not about like frantic, forced movement.
Okay.
It's a deliberate, mindful choice. And this movement, it's not just about exercise like we think of it today. It's a way to actively release tension, physical and emotional. And by releasing that, you create space. Space for clarity, calmness, strength to just arise naturally.
So movement isn't just a workout. It's like a path to inner freedom.
That's a great way to put it, a moving meditation. And discipline in this context isn't about pushing yourself to extremes or forcing suffering.
No.
It's about moving with awareness, with presence,
Yeah.
with intention, uniting your mind and body in this harmonious flow.
Exactly. So
Right.
when pain pops up,
Yep.
sharp physical ache, deep emotional weight, that urge to freeze, to contract, it's strong.
Yeah, you brace yourself.
Right. But instead of collapsing or getting totally rigid,
Mm.
the Shaolin invitation is to move gently through it.
Okay, gently. Like what, do I need to do kung fu?
Not at all. Start simple. Really
Yeah.
simple. Maybe just slowly lift your arms up, feel the stretch, then slowly let them down, feel the release.
Roll your shoulders. Notice the little sensations as tension melts. Take one mindful step. Feel your foot connect with the ground. Feel your body shift. Feel your breath moving with the movement.
Small movements.
Tiny movements, but they're powerful reminders to your whole system. You are not trapped.
Yeah.
You are not powerless. You can move. You can flow. You can adapt.
Yeah.
That physical action sends a signal to your nervous system. I'm active, not frozen. I'm an agent here, not just a victim of sensation.
It's amazing how simple that sounds, but how profound it could be. And in the temple, you said movement is meditation.
Absolutely. Those slow, deliberate forms you see, like Tai Chi or Qigong,
Mm-hmm.
they're way more than just exercise. They're this beautiful dance, uniting breath and motion.
Right.
Sure, they stretch you out, strengthen muscles, open joints. But the deeper purpose, the spiritual purpose, is about training presence.
How does movement train presence?
Well, each move teaches you to stay connected to your body, to notice every little sensation without judging it, and to consciously let go of the mind's chatter. Just be in the moment, fully embodied, fully aware. And here's what's really fascinating. The physical becomes this gateway, a doorway to big mental and emotional shifts. It actually helps reveal hidden messages within the pain.
Messages in the pain.
Yeah. When you consciously meet pain through mindful movement, it starts to soften. It changes character. What felt like this solid, overwhelming wall starts to feel more like a wave passing through.
Powerful but moving.
Exactly, transient. And in that dynamic space, pain can carry messages. It can show you where you're clinging too tightly, where you're resisting change, where you're disconnected from your own truth.
And you miss those messages if you're frozen.
Completely hidden when you're frozen in resistance. Only when you engage, when you move with it, do those insights start to bubble up, offering guidance.
So instead of the usual question, how do I escape this pain? The Shaolin way prompts a different question.
A much more empowering one. How can I move with this? How can I flow through it? Like that water around the rock again.
Not with force.
No, not brute force, but with persistence, with grace, with acceptance. Imagine standing in a big open field. Symbol of possibility, right?
Okay.
Stretch your arms out wide. Feel the air. Take a slow, mindful step. Feel the earth solid beneath you. With each breath, consciously release some of that weight you've been carrying. With each step, feel more space opening up inside.
Releasing weight with movement.
Yeah, energy starts flowing again, unblocking those stuck places. And in that moment, you realize pain wasn't the enemy. It was a signal, a call to wake up to your own strength, a call to really live even when things are uncomfortable. And the temple teaches this simple but profound truth. Real strength isn't rigid,
It's flexible.
fundamentally flexible. True strength bends, flows, adapts, like nature itself. Think about a big tree in a hurricane.
Okay.
If the tree tried to be completely rigid, just resist the wind with brute force. What happens?
Chaps, breaks.
Exactly. But the tree that bends, that sways with the gale, that yields, it survives. Its roots hold firm, but it adapts. And it's the same with us. When we meet pain with movement, with breath, with presence, we don't break.
We grow stronger.
We grow stronger. We
Yeah.
deepen our roots. We learn endurance through adaptability, not stubbornness. We tap into this inner resilience that's both flexible and strong.
And it doesn't require hours of intense training.
Not necessarily. It can be as simple as standing, stretching, walking slowly, breathing deeply, moving through life with awareness. By choosing to move, even when it's uncomfortable, you break that cycle of stagnation pain tries to create. You reclaim your power, your ability to adapt and thrive.
Okay, let's talk about patience. There's this quiet power in patience, isn't there? It's a strength that doesn't really shout or push back aggressively. It just endures.
Quiet strength.
But when pain hits physical ache, emotional wound, mental anguish, our first instinct usually isn't patience, right? It's fight, resist, find a quick fix, get rid of it.
Yeah, we want it gone. No.
Exactly. But here's that paradox again. The more desperately we fight it, the more the pain seems to feed on that resistance. The more we struggle, the longer it seems to stick around, like burrs on your clothes.
Clinging stubbornly.
Right. So let's unpack this idea. Patience isn't just passively waiting around for things to get better. It's actually an active, powerful stance you take in the face of discomfort.
An active stance. How so?
It's like consciously unclenching that internal fist you make when something hurts, choosing to engage differently.
Which brings up a really relevant question for our times, I think. In this world obsessed with speed, instant fixes, where discomfort is seen as something to be eliminated immediately,
Yeah.
are we maybe losing our capacity for this kind of patient observation? And if we are we missing crucial insights? Messages that our pain might actually be trying to deliver.
Good question.
Shaolin tradition says true power isn't just in physical force, it's also in the ability to wait. Not with frustration, not with resignation, but with calm, steady awareness.
Waiting with awareness.
Yeah. And waiting like that, it's not passive at all. It's an intensely active process. You're observing, listening deeply, gathering insights that you can only really perceive in that stillness.
Okay.
Think about your mind when pain arises. Watch how it just races off, right? Trying to escape, predicting how long it'll last, imagining the worst-case scenario.
Yeah, the catastrophizing spiral.
Exactly. That rushing mind, that projection into the past or future, it often creates way more suffering than the original pain itself, because it pulls you out of the only place you actually have any power, right here, right now.
The present moment.
Patience is the antidote to that chaos.
So patience brings us back to the now. It's like it gently asks us to drop the complicated stories we build around our pain, let go of the fear, the projections, and just be with what is.
Deal with what is, without judgment, without demand.
Okay, so when pain feels like too much, the Shaolin practice is return to the breath.
Return to the breath. Notice your body. Feel your feet on the floor. Observe the sensations, not as good or bad, just as phenomena. Passing clouds in the sky of your awareness.
Okay.
And in that space, that patient awareness, you start to see pain isn't this solid, permanent thing. It changes. Like waves, it rises, it falls, it comes, it goes.
It's not constant.
Rarely.
Yeah.
And the Shaolin masters, they train for this. They spend hours in stillness, in silence. Not because they love being uncomfortable,
Right.
but because they know that in stillness, you meet yourself without distraction. In silence, you can hear the deeper truths underneath all the mental noise. So when you cultivate patience, you're not just waiting for the pain to stop. You're actively training yourself to stay present with it, to grow wiser through it, to awaken that quiet, steady strength that's always been inside you.
Like that tree in the storm analogy again.
Exactly like the tree, its branches might sway like crazy, leaves might tremble, but the deep roots hold firm, anchored, strong, unshaken underneath.
That's patience.
That's patience in action. Not rigid resistance, but staying rooted, connected to your inner strength while the storm passes. This lets you learn from the pain. Uncover what it's teaching you about your body, mind, spirit.
So every act of patience is like courage.
It's profound courage, a choice to stay with discomfort instead of running. To gently say, okay, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm willing to learn. And in that willingness, pain starts to soften. It changes. It transforms into something manageable, maybe even informative.
That idea of patience flows really nicely into the next piece.
Yeah.
Focus. Because pain, man, it just scatters your attention, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Shatters it sometimes.
Pulls you into the past, replaying old stuff, or throws you into the future, worrying, catastrophizing, why me, what if, endlessly.
And you lose touch with the present.
Completely. The only place where you actually have strength, where clarity exists, right
Yeah.
now. So get this. The Shaolin teachings, they often call the untrained mind a monkey.
Monkey mind.
Always jumping around, never still, restless.
Yeah.
Your mind's like this wild creature, right? Full of potential, but needs training.
Careful, consistent training.
Yeah. And focus, that's the way back. That's the key to calming the monkey.
Indeed. Training the mind to focus, to keep returning, gently but firmly, to a single point of attention. That's how you calm the monkey mind.
Yeah.
How you quiet that internal storm of thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
And in that stillness, that centered awareness, you start to find that unshakable power of acceptance, of flow, like a perfectly balanced spinning top stable even while moving.
Right. So how do we practice this? For our listeners, what's a daily way to build that focus?
Okay, a simple practice rooted in this tradition. When you feel overwhelmed by pain or just stressed, scattered, pause. Bring your attention gently but fully to your breath.
Back to the breath again.
Always back to the breath. Not the idea of breath, but the physical sensation. Cool air in, warm air out. Belly rising, falling.
Okay.
Now, the mind will wander. Guaranteed. Back to the pain, fear, memories, plans.
That's the monkey jumping.
That's the monkey. And each time it strays, gently, without beating yourself up, just guide it back. Back to the breath, back to the body, back to this moment.
The guiding back is the practice.
The returning is the practice.
Mm.
Over time, it gets easier, like building a muscle. Not because the pain magically disappears.